Imagine this. You meet someone new. They're kind, they're interesting, they seem genuine, and a part of you wants to open up, to lean into that connection, to believe in the possibility of a real friendship or bond. But another part of you holds back. It's a quiet, almost automatic pull backward, a subtle retreat. You observe, you analyze, you wait. You notice the slight inconsistencies in their stories, the promises that seem a little too easy, the way their eyes shift for just a fraction of a second. While others are exchanging phone numbers and making weekend plans, you're building a case file in your mind, not out of malice, but out of a deep, ingrained need for safety. Have you ever wondered why, for you, trust isn't given, but earned through 1,000 tiny, unspoken tests? It feels like you're always reading the fine print of human interaction that everyone else seems to miss. You're sitting in a lively cafe, the sound of laughter and clinking cups all around you, but inside, you're in a different space entirely. You're watching the person across from you, noting the way their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes when they compliment you, or how their story about helping a friend has a few too many perfect details. It's not that you want to be suspicious, it's that you've learned, somewhere deep in your history, that surfaces can be deceiving, that what glitters is not always gold, but sometimes just very convincing glass. And so you sit there, nodding along, a part of you present in the conversation, and another part held in reserve, in a quiet room within yourself, where you are always safe, always in control. This isn't about being cold or closed off. In fact, it's often the opposite. The capacity to feel so deeply is what requires such sturdy walls. Think of a museum that houses priceless, fragile art. It doesn't have flimsy doors or open, unguarded hallways. It has climate control, security systems, layers of protection, not because the art is invaluable, but because it is irreplaceably so. Your heart, your loyalty, your genuine connection. That is your priceless art. And your mind, with all its careful checks and balances, is simply the security system, trying its best to protect something extraordinarily precious. You are not broken for being this way. You are guarded. And there is a profound difference. Let's walk through a quiet, everyday scenario. You're at work, and a colleague confides in you about a mistake they made. They're visibly upset, seeking reassurance. You offer it, kindly, empathetically. But later, you might find yourself wondering, was that a genuine moment of vulnerability, or a strategic play for sympathy? A preemptive move before someone else finds out? You don't voice these thoughts. You simply file them away, a new data point in your ongoing analysis. It's exhausting, isn't it? This constant, quiet audit of human behavior, this mental work that happens entirely behind the scenes while you perform calmness, even warmth, on the outside. Why does connection, something that seems to come so naturally to others, feel like a complex equation you must solve before you can relax? The roots of this careful nature often lie not in the present, but in the past, not necessarily in dramatic betrayals or trauma, though those can certainly be factors, but often in a series of smaller, subtler disappointments. A parent whose affection felt conditional on perfect behavior, a childhood friend who suddenly turned into a bully for reasons you never understood, a partner who promised consistency but delivered unpredictability. These experiences are like subtle tremors that shift the foundational ground of your world. You learn, implicitly, that people are not always reliable, that love can be withdrawn, that confidence can be used against you. So you develop a keen eye for patterns. You become a student of micro-expressions and unkept promises, because forecasting the weather of someone's mood or loyalty becomes an essential survival skill. You learn to trust your own observations more than the words people offered. And in a way, That made you incredibly strong, incredibly self-reliant. But here's the contrast: the inner truth that often goes unseen. The person who struggles to trust is usually the one who understands its value more than anyone. You don't offer your trust lightly because you know its weight. You're not collecting acquaintances. You're curating an inner circle of genuine souls. Think of the friend you do have, the one you've let in after years of quiet evaluation. That bond is ironclad. It's deep, it's loyal, it's real. You don't have 100 shallow connections because you are wired for depth. You are searching for the few people whose actions finally, beautifully, align with their words over a long, consistent stretch of time. And when you find them, your loyalty is absolute. You are strong. You are rare. There's a quiet moment you know all too well. It's after a social gathering, driving home alone, or lying in bed in the dark. The performance is over, and the real analysis begins. You replay conversations, not with excitement, but with a forensic eye. Did I say too much? Did that joke land wrong? Why did they look at each other when I mentioned my friend's black? My head wrapped in. It's a cycle of introspection that can feel isolating. You solve these social puzzles silently, internally, while others seem to simply let the evening go. Have you ever wished you could just turn that scanner off, even for a night, to experience a conversation without the simultaneous, running commentary from your own protective mind? This hypervigilance is, at its core, a form of control. When the world of relationships felt uncertain or unsafe, your mind developed a brilliant, if taxing, strategy. If you can predict, you can protect. If you can analyze every variable, you can avoid the pain of unexpected hurt. It's a testament to your intelligence, your depth of processing, but it can also become a prison of your own making, where you are both the guard and the guarded. The walls you built to keep danger out can also, slowly, start to keep the good things from flowing freely in. The gentle compliment that you dissect for hidden meaning. The offer to help you interpret as a statement of your inadequacy. You start to realize that the filter you use to screen out insincerity might also be filtering out simple, genuine kindness. So, where do we go from here? How do you honor this protective, wise part of yourself without letting it dictate your entire emotional landscape? It begins with a simple, compassionate acknowledgement. The next time you feel that familiar pull backward, that cautious hesitation, don't judge it. Thank it. Silently, in your mind, say, I see you. You're trying to protect me. Thank you for keeping me safe all these years. This isn't about dismantling your walls overnight. It's about installing a gate that you, and only you, can consciously choose to open when the time feels right. Start impossibly small. Trust is a muscle that has been conditioned for caution, so we must exercise it with tiny, manageable weights. It doesn't mean handing someone your deepest secret. It could mean accepting a coffee invitation without rehearsing every possible outcome. It could mean, when a colleague says good job, simply saying thank you, and consciously deciding, just for that moment, to take the words at face value. It's about allowing for the possibility of goodness without the guarantee. It's about differentiating between the past, which taught you to be careful, and the present, which might just contain someone worthy of your incredible, hard-earned trust. Remember, your depth of feeling is not a flaw. Your ability to see beneath the surface is a rare gift. The world is filled with easy connections, but you are built for the substantial, the authentic, the real. Your journey is not about becoming someone who trusts blindly, but about becoming someone who can consciously, courageously, choose to lower the drawbridge when your wisdom, not just your fear, tells you it's safe. You have spent a lifetime learning how to protect your heart. Now, you get to learn, at your own pace, how to let it speak too. You are strong. You are rare. You are enough. As we come to the end of our time together, picture this not as an end, but as a quiet beginning. The next time you find yourself in that cafe, observing, analyzing, take one soft breath. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. Hear the hum of life around you. And in that moment, see if you can also observe the part of you that observes, the wise, tired, beautiful protector within. Offer it a little kindness, a little space. The journey towards a more open heart doesn't start with a leap of faith towards others, but with a gentle act of trust within yourself. A trust that you are resilient, that you can handle a small risk, that your wisdom will guide you. You carry a deep well of compassion, first learned through the understanding of your own pain. That same compassion can now become the bridge you slowly, carefully build toward the world. If this quiet conversation found a home in your thoughts, perhaps share it with someone else who moves through the world with the same careful, beautiful steps. Or simply carry this knowing with you. Your caution is not a cage, but the careful architecture of a soul that knows the precious value of what it guards. And when you do choose to open the gate, what you offer is not common. It is a gift, tempered by time, and all the more luminous for it.